Hello, YouTubers. Joe Kersey here on today, clawing at the corner of his eye. On March 7th, Thursday, 2019, at 19:50 in the evening, Eastern Time. My eyes have been driving me nuts all day, so I'm going to try to keep from clawing at them today, but who knows? Maybe you'll be able to see a globe go popping across the table and on to the other end of the kitchen here, much like the old, interrogation technique. As was threatened to be illustrated in, but was not illustrated in, at least as of yet, the first two seasons of Game of Thrones. Now, it seems that finally, after 7 years of bombardment with this Game of Thrones nonsense, I've managed to take an interest in it. So I bought a box set of the first 7 seasons. It was $87 from some outfit out of New York. I think it's one of these things when you put it in order, they sort of like do a copy and shoot it off to you. I don't give a fuck about copyright. Okay, come on. I mean, everybody's made their money off this. Now it's time for guys like me to have some fun. Now, I'm not good clickbait for this kind of stuff. For about 3 reasons, the first 2 of which are the prominent reasons. The first reason is my ex-wife liked this kind of shit, which means pretty much I don't like this kind of shit. The second reason is, and more substantive reason is, that she was also very much a fan of this Tolkien and C.S. Lewis stuff. And then as I became far more deeply involved in, I've always been a Christian, but far more deeply involved in terms of intellectually and substantively involved in Christian religion, she wanted to browbeat me with the whole sort of allegorical crap that was supposedly involved in this. Total turn off. And of course, anything to do with Harry Potter, screw that. I'm just like, I just stick the dirk into my ear hole, okay? So when I kind of realized that this was nothing but sex and violence, and sex and more violence, and needless violence, and power and corruption, and war, and chopping people up, and more sex and violence without trying to make a point, okay? I thought, hell's fire, what's been wrong with me over these years? So it arrived. I'm up to the 4th season, the 4th episode of the 2nd season. So we shall see. A lot of fun. Meanwhile, excuse me, I tried to, just to chat, I turned on Skype just to see if Skype would turn on. Well, Skype turned on, but it wasn't, no, actually it didn't turn on. He wanted me to sign in, and it wouldn't let me sign in. And I went at it through 3 different browsers. I reinstalled it from Time Machine. I then updated the newest version from whatever the thing is on the web, and it still didn't work. So, I mean, there's some sort of problem with Skype, or at least as of Thursday after Ash Wednesday, 2019 at 19:55 p.m. Well, 19:55, you don't say p.m. I woke up this morning about 2:15, 2:30. I couldn't go back to sleep. So I went out here and I decided, well, hell, Tony Pincham's probably up and he's probably just getting back from work. I'll just email him. And I shot him an email him about, what was going on. And he emailed me back. And so we went back and forth a bit about Richard Burton and, he's very much involved. And he very much likes videos and dramas, and I do too from time to time. And he really knows a lot. He's got this huge library of this stuff. Let's see. What did he? Let's see. Yeah. Oh, he's talking about this thing called. Murder One. And I remember when my ex-wife would watch Murder One in the mid-90s. Stephen Baccio, my Lord, he cranked these things out. I mean, he must have had to have a tire spray or a water spray on his typewriter to keep it from overheating, on that. He knows a bunch of that stuff. He likes that stuff. I like some of that stuff. We're going to talk about Richard Burton. Of course, my favorite Richard Burton is Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, and then in Beckett, with Peter O'Toole about when King Henry II, has or at least initiates the cascade of events that gets Thomas Becket killed. That's those are my 2 favorite ones, and then Tony likes Cleopatra, and there's another one he likes, which I kind of like, but I never think of it. But anyway, it's Richard Burton's great. I mean, gosh, come on. Anybody that can walk around, it's like, well, in a way, it's like Peter O'Toole. Peter O'Toole says his idea of high adventure was to walk from one smoke-filled room to another with a drink in his hand. And I imagine Richard Burton wants to. I never saw Richard Burton do a Shakespeare play, which is a shame because I imagine, well, I'm sure he fantastic doing any of the Shakespeare plays, like Hamlet or Lear or any of these guys. Yeah. Maybe he played a male portion. I don't know, maybe he did. But it's all very transgender now. Okay. Well, my CME hasn't come yet, and it didn't come until March 7th last year. But my meal hasn't come yet today, and you know, and well, I haven't gone down since 1 in the afternoon. Um, so if it hasn't arrived by tomorrow, I'll start calling the Boston people, because I think they tend to mess this up each year, and I always have to sort of, you know, browbeat them and call them and dick around with them. And this is a great way to get my CME hours. It's the best CME hour bang for the buck, but good Lord, I may have to go back up to Chicago for a week. I don't know. I really don't want to do it, but if I have to, I might have to. So we'll see. It was in May, usually. It's third week in May. A lot of fun. But, you know, it's like, you know, like $3,000. I just soon spend $250, $300 around $3,000. Okay. All right. Well, it's been, you know, it's been reasonable. My tax material hasn't come. I can't do my taxes, so I'm sort of in this Sizura spot, you know. So I'm watching Game of Thrones. Well, as you can see, the box attacked me here. Where's the box? There. The box attacked me here with a corner of its thing here. Oh, geez. Well, so, you know, yes, the box attacked me. You know, you can see where I had to open it that way and it attacked me. So he dropping it all. It's all right. I can't imagine that hurt them by dropping them, given that it arrived from the U.S. mail. All right, well, it's going to warm up a bit. I'll tell you, I'm awful tired of it being basically 20 degrees for the most part. But right now, it is 26 degrees right now. So that's been warm for the last, you know, 6-7 days. Now, I next read in church on the 24th. Let's see, right? Yeah. I didn't go to the Ash Wednesday celebrations, which I used to always do. I used to try to go at noon. They had one. They only had one at the church this time. It was only at 7 o'clock. Charles would do it like 3. Tom Van Brent would do it 3 times in the day. But this guy just did it on Wednesday evening. That's fine. That's how he's running the show. It's his show now to run. Next Sunday, the bishop's going to be. Well, it's not Bishop Breidenthal. It's Bishop Price. Well, I like, you know, Bishop Price is okay, except he gave us Bishop Jeffer Shiori, she who does not believe in the resurrection. You know, the last presiding bishopess. She was a real waste product. Thanks, Bishop Price. Well, there it is. All right, well, I've said that. I've browbeat y'all on that before. Soldiering on, praying to God, trusting in God. Well, had a couple of phone calls from people involved in the prayer group. This one woman likes to emphasize things that sometimes may or may not be happening if you cross-check. And you have to cross-check if you're doing this kind of activity. And then And then I conflated the name of one of the people with a fellow that was a friend of my dad's from years back. I changed the name from Wyatt to Wayne, and so when I put it out there, I typed Wayne rather than Wyatt. And this kid's been on the prayer list for several months. He's a junior high school student. He's got some sort of intracerebral thing that the physicians have not been able to quite figure out what that is. And quite honestly, the more I think about that, the more I think that that may be a bit of a scam story on the woman that's telling me this. Because, with the imaging studies today now and the needle diagnostic stuff, fine needle diagnostic stuff, even transcranially, I think there may be a little bit of a damn story going on that I didn't know, which is the real story. So we shall see. I think this kid's intracerebral problem may not be his intracerebral problem. We're talking about 8 months here now, guys, on a junior high school age child. Well, young man, depending on how you like to talk about those guys. All right, so I'll shut up now and I'll say bye-bye, YouTubers. Okay.